Hello, Mustang fans. Welcome to the first installment of our Keeping Up with the Mustangs series for the 2021 spring season. With our teams playing on the road this season, we want to be able to talk with each coach about their program and how their season's going. So we'll be highlighting our programs in action every few weeks. Our first guest is women's basketball head coach Devonte Brewer, who is joining us live from Sky Ranch. Coach Brewer, thanks for joining us. First
Hey,
off,
thanks for having me.
just how are you guys doing out there? How's the Sky Ranch treating you guys?
Sky Ranch's been great. Um, they've anything we've ever asked of them, they've done. Um, they've been very helpful with us both on and off when we're on the ranch and when we're off the ranch. The food's been great here, so we don't really have too much complaints about Sky Ranch. It's a great facility and great people.
And I know you guys are practicing and playing virtually almost every day, it seems like. But have you guys been able to do any kind of team activities outside of playing ball?
Yeah, there's been a couple of days where we got to give them some freedom. Probably two or three of them, but they've used the outdoor courses. I think one day we played volleyball or some other elimination game that has to do with volleyball. I can't keep up, but we did the mazes outside. There's like a outdoor confidence course in the back that they've kind of played with but haven't necessarily done yet. Um, but yeah, so we've been able to explore just a little bit. Probably not as much as we would like to, but a little bit.
Sure, and you guys have been extremely busy playing 6 games this season, 2-4 on the season. You guys have played much better these last 3 games. Seems like you guys are playing more as a team these last 3 games, being able to share the ball around, kind of generate some team offense. So what have you guys been able to do over these last 6 games? To kind of grow as a team. Obviously, no preseason schedule, which makes it tough. But you guys, the team seems to be coming together these last week or so.
Yeah, we've been really pushing just sharing the ball with one another. I am a big, last year we broke the assist record for in the school history. So I like sharing the ball. That's how you get the best shots, that's how you get the best movement. So that's our goal. And the first 2 games didn't really show that. It was a lot more selfish. People trying to do things a lot of things by themselves, and obviously that just wasn't winning basketball, especially offensively. So when we move the ball around and get open shots and people in spots and we're not over dribbling or over complicating things, our offense seems to flow a little bit nicer. So as you can see, the spike in points per game um, from I think we scored 49 and 55 the first 2 games, and the last 3 games we've been in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah, and you mentioned, getting open shots, the increased volume. I think a huge factor of that is your three-point shooting has really, really increased these last couple games. Shanice Cabrales, Rihanna Bortoli, Jasmine Rios, Gigi Waddell hitting the occasional three-pointer. How key has that three ball been for you guys early on this year?
Yeah, we're definitely shooting it unconsciously right now. But three of them has earned that right. Nisi has earned that right. Like I said, man, she's shooting at almost a 40% clip this year. Um, you know, I don't know how much more confidence I can give her. I told her anytime you see it and you feel like you can let that joint fly, let it fly. Because last year she was a little bit more gun shy with it. If she wasn't hitting, she'll stop shooting, and obviously that doesn't help us. So when she's shooting and she's confident about it, you guys have seen the last 4 games, like she changes games. And then Rihanna, same thing. She last year she went on an 8-game tear to finish the year out, shooting at a high clip. She's still trying to get the little feel back, the rhythm back in playing, but she's still not shooting bad. I think she's at 32 or 33%. She holds herself to a super high standard. She wants to make every single one that she throws up, and um, but she'll continue. I think she'll just get better as the season goes along. And Rios the same thing. She earned that right last year. Shot 35% from three. I gave her the confidence. Anytime she feels like it's open, she can let that jump fly too. So we got to see one game where three of them kind of got going a little bit. Um, we still haven't put a full game together, but as you can see, when they're confident shooting, they'll get there. And Gigi's going to become a really good shooter. It's just going to come with reps.
Sure, and kind of the old saying is you live by the three, die by the three. Is there maybe a time where maybe if the 3-point shot isn't working at halftime, is there some sort of adjustment you guys are going to make, or you just say, hey, just keep shooting that thing? Percentage wise, it's going to eventually go in.
So a little bit of both. We're gonna play our style. I actually don't think we've shot as many. Like even yesterday, we only shot 23 of them or 25 of them. The first half super efficient. I think we were 6 of 11. The second half we were 1 for 12. Um, so okay, there we go, 23. So we still made 7 or 8 of them, which is around the goal. We would probably want to make 8 to 10 a game. That would be nice. Um, Definitely above average. So but we do try to get easier shots. We do try to look inside out for drivers or cutters. We want to drive first for the kick out so it can be more open and not contested. That's why I don't get mad, because I think majority of them are pretty good open shots, and they're not being forced. I actually think we force more stuff inside, and that's probably why we're not shooting as well inside the paint.
Sure, and you highlighted the three-point shooters. We can't talk about players without mentioning Isabel Rodriguez last night. Monster game on the boards, 23 rebounds. Currently leading your team in points with 14 a game, rebounds, assists, and steals. You've mentioned it. She is one of the top players in the conference. What does she do that not only gives herself individual success, but is able to give success to the other four on the floor?
Um, she's just a workhorse, man. She just shuts up and goes to work. Um, that's part of the problem though, because she don't talk, but she don't talk on the court as much as I would like her to. But she literally is just give me the lunch pail and give me the hammer, and I'm gonna go to work for you. And that's what she does, and that's the energy. She never lacks that energy or that effort. And that's why she's a great rebounder. She's not the tallest, she's not the biggest, she's not even the strongest. She's just has a nose for the ball and go gets it, and she wants it more than everybody else. And that's the game changer for her. She's a really good passer too. I think we're asking her to do some things that are a little out of her nature. She's definitely scoring better this year, taking more shots consistently. But that's a new addition to her game. She'll much rather pass first, and get everybody set up. And so she's definitely added. Defensively, she's been more of a ball hawk this year. Obviously, tied the record last week with with the most steals in the game. So, um, we're trying to unlock that a little bit more aggressiveness on the other aspects of the game, not just rebounding. But I don't have to show her how to rebound. She's going to ball hawk and do that herself. So it's just a knack that she has. But she's been great. I think she's going to. The problem is, or not even a problem. The good thing is she has another level I think she can reach, and I don't think she realizes it yet, but she can be really freaking good.
And early on in the season, you've had three freshmen, Gigi Waddell, Abigail Olivas, and Beverly Bradley play, really important and consistent minutes for you guys. As a coach, how fun is it to kind of watch them grow up on the court right in front of your eyes in real game action? Playing more than, a typical freshman would. These girls are getting 10 to 20 minutes a game sometimes.
Stressful, man, stressful. um, but it is good. They're going through growing pains. Um, I'll talk about each one. I'll start with BB because I know she's been struggling as of late, but um, she started off really good. She does some really good things. She just can get a little chaotic and in foul trouble at times. So that's just learning. Um, but we're still trying to just teach her. She's going to be playing, hopefully, put her at the point guard spot one day and let her kind of run the show, because I don't think there's too many girls in our conference who can guard her, just because of how big she is, how big and strong she is, and her handle is really good. Uh, and even her court vision, she makes passes that are there. It's just the execution ain't there. So as soon as she gets more comfortable and get a better feel, she's gonna be really good. Abby is has really come on late the last 2 games. She's really kind of just relaxed and just started flying around defensively. She's been really good in her rotations, and I peeped it at warmups yesterday. Every time the ball went up, she got a deflection or a steal. She was turning her hips and sprinting to spots, and so I knew she was ready for a good game. That's why she played so much yesterday. And it showed on the court. She did some good things, can score inside. The shot's not falling for her yet, but we see her knock it down in practice, so she's going to be good. And Gigi is funny because we weren't even going to play her this year. She was almost going to redshirt and just keep getting a little bit better because she can get chaotic at times. And it showed that first game. But since that first game, she's a sponge, man. She watches film after every game. She asks questions. The girls talk to her about stuff. She takes it and applies it. She's been a really quick learner, so it's really showed on her play, and it's been consistent. Like I even looked at it earlier this morning. The last 3 games, she's been very efficient around the floor scoring, making the extra passes when she needs to. There's some that she forces sometimes, but somehow it goes in. I don't know. It's like she's been uh, a spark plug for us coming off the bench, and it's really made a case for herself being that backup point guard.
Sure. And in a typical, when you're building the program, you expect your veterans to be able to kind of carry the torch, and you bring in a good talent of freshmen early and you kind of let them develop. But how important is this for their development to be playing this much as freshmen? And, 3, 4 years down the line, they're going to be playing a lot of minutes for you.
Hey, there's no better experience than actually doing it. There's no better learning tool. I should say there's no better learning tool than actual experience and going through it on the job training. Um, that's it's the best method. You get knocked down constantly. The biggest thing they're all learning right now is they have to bring it every day. And I think that's a hard lesson sometimes for young kids, especially young players, because in high school you don't. If you're the most talented, you can just you can coast some games and still be the best player on the floor or the best player on your team. But here, everybody was the best player in their team, and the teams you're going against, they were the best players in their team. So when you're at this level, you have to bring it every day, or else you'll they swing, they'll fight. And yesterday, I thought that was a big learning lesson for us. Is we didn't bring that same energy and effort that we had the last 2 games that won us games, and I thought yesterday showed, like, if you don't bring it every day, this is what could happen. And no matter how talented you are, or how many wild plays you get, or even records that we set or tied, um, it sucks because we couldn't even really celebrate it because you didn't get the W. And what I even love about Issa is she's saying the same thing. Like, I broke a record, great, that's cool, but we still lost. It means nothing. And that type of thought process going to our freshmen too, because they look at their stats and they want to see what they did good and their highlights, and we're trying to show them that it's not just about that. Because what else are you doing? How else are you impacting? It's not just what you scored or anything like that. Is did you do this assignment? Were you in the right spot? Did you get this? Did you do this? So it's just a learning curve from them. They're going to be up and down, and those are the growing pains you kind of live with. And 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 as you can see, Abby and Gigi is definitely coming up, and BB's hitting the freshman wall a little bit, but I think she's going to bounce out of it too. And I'm excited to see what they do later on.
Sure. And last question, 9 games remaining, kind of what's going to be the focus, in these final 9, an important stretch for conference standings and preparing for, a deep tournament berth and possibly an NAIA berth. What are be some things you guys focus on, and maybe some things you guys might try to work on a little bit differently?
Um, some of the things we're going to focus on obviously is that energy and effort every game. Defensively, we showed flashes of how good we can be defensively in our activity. Um, and then we also show what it could look like when it's bad. So, we're just trying to get more consistent and focus on those things, and doing the little details that make us good. And then offensively, it's going to be a constant flow of things, sharing the ball, getting people in the right spots, and situationals. And then for me, just getting the, kind of the rotation and the feel down. We still, we just got Brenda eligible now. So she's going to be fighting for some minutes. And then Jenkins, hopefully by the end of this week, who's a nice size, can probably fill out the rotation a little bit more too, to get us some consistent size inside. So it's going to look. I guess our focus for the next 9 games is definitely finding out the rotation, who plays well with who, and then just kind of growing from there, and then hopefully we got all of that kind of situated and figured out before conference play or before a conference tournament.
Awesome. Well, Coach, I know you're busy. We appreciate you joining us. Good luck these next few weeks. Stay safe, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.
No problem. I wish I had more energy, but I'm tired, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Coach.